Hello, Wendy. So I'm trying this thing out again where it's going to my YouTube page and Facebook at the same time. And I am currently driving back up to the Caldor fire. We'll see what we find when we get up there. How does the audio sound, guys? Are you able to hear me clearly? Cool. Cool. So this is also streaming to my YouTube page, and you can find that at On Fire Photos, like everything else. On my YouTube page, I've got some other videos there, and you can check out some of my older stuff. I haven't really used YouTube a lot over the last several years just because Facebook was so easy to stream to. So you can go over there. I've got a kind of a Who Am I video that's up there that you can check out that's got lots of different projects that I've worked on and kind of different kinds of photography that I've done over the years and things that I've enjoyed doing. So yeah, you can check that out on my YouTube page at On Fire Photos. And do me a favor and hit the subscribe button when you go over there. I sure appreciate it. This has been an interesting week. I've had some new developments, things that I'll be making some changes. A fairly big life change here for me, and which should allow me for more time on the fires. So hopefully I can better serve you guys with some of the changes that I've been making, and should be interesting. I'm excited. I spent a lot of time talking with Sarah and Adam, and of course my wife. And I've got I think, some big things in the works. So should be a pretty good time. Very much looking forward to what's going to happen here, and I'll kind of, as I get things further solidified and worked out, I'll let you guys know what's going to go on. I'm driving up to the Caldor fire. I'm coming up on Red Hawk Parkway. Not sure where I'm going to head tonight. I'm collecting some intel. Sarah's been feeding me some information about what's going on up there, and I've been looking at the hotspot maps. I've been talking with people this week, and heard from some folks on some places that they want me to go check out. So I'll definitely be doing that. Feel free to shoot me a message if you have, if you property up there, if you own a home, and you want me to check on it, definitely feel free to shoot me a message. No guarantees that I'll be able to get there. Anytime, I try to get to as many places as I can, but unfortunately, I get hundreds and hundreds of messages, and I can't get to them all, unfortunately. So try to go to as many as I can. Let's see. Just kind of driving, and it isn't as good when it's just Facebook. That's interesting. So yeah, definitely give me feedback on how this streaming app is working. And obviously, I want the highest quality for you guys. And if that means just going to Facebook, then I'll just do it on Facebook, and that'll be it. Or maybe I'll try doing it on YouTube and doing it just that way. I don't know. We'll see. I am going to be going through Placerville. So I think kind of what we've seen is that when the fire moved in close to, moved into Myers and Christmas Valley, obviously every photographer in Northern California was there, and every news station was there. And then as it kind of moved out of that area, and the imminent threat the imminent threat left, so did a lot of the reporting, which really sucks because I know that there's a lot of you guys up there that where your places are still in danger, and you know once the big story goes away, kind of the big news stations tend to go away too. So hopefully I can fill that void and get up there, get you guys get some information. Oh, I am. Sarah made the suggestion to get some Bluetooth headphones, which I picked up on the way out here, and they're currently charging. So once they're done charging, I will use the headphones, and we'll see how the audio is on that. And if somebody could, see, I just passed your exit. If anybody's watching on Facebook, or sorry, on YouTube, if you could let me know how it looks over there, I would very much appreciate it. See, I have like 500 people watching my little test here, and if you're here for news on the Caldor fire, I am on my way there. However, I'm just trying to get my technology squared away before I get up there and see if this thing's going to work or not. So if you're looking for news on the Caldor fire, it will be coming, but not yet. We're just doing a little chat and a talk, and I'm seeing how this thing works. Again, if you're just joining me, I am currently streaming to both Facebook and YouTube. I'm using a new program and trying to get bugs worked out on this thing. So we'll see what happens here. And again, I've got some big things happened this week, making some changes that will allow me to be more consistent at these fires and not just be up here, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which is generally how it has had to work for me in the past. So hopefully, with the changes that I'm making, I will be allowed to. I'll be able to stay up here longer and to get more information out for you guys. And part of that is just testing out some new things and seeing how it goes. My YouTube channel is at On Fire Photos. Kind of everything that I do is at On Fire Photos. I'm trying to gather as many places with that name, so that it's all kind of in one place, and hopefully it works out like that, and nobody snatches anything from me and forces me to pay for it, which would be really crappy. But I'll work something out. I think it might be that is. There's a military Humvee right ahead of us. I'm guessing they are going up. That's probably the California National Guard right there. And if I've got any National Guard folks watching, thank you guys so much for coming up here, and thank you for your service to your communities and your state and your country. You guys are amazing. As a veteran myself, I can understand, and I remember very well what it's like to be deployed and away from my loved ones. And, for me, it was months and months on end, which really sucked and was incredibly hard. But I thank you, the men and women of the California National Guard, for being up here and serving their state and their country. And of course, a huge and always an ever-present thank you to the law enforcement and the paramedics and the firefighters that are up working these fires, just obviously on a consistent basis. And these men and women are going from one fire to the next, and that's makes for a long summer, man. When you can't see your kids and you can't see your family, just a massive amount of respect for those folks that are doing that on all fronts. Passing through Placerville. you ever get a chance in Placerville, whether you believe in this stuff or not, take the haunted Placerville tour. Oh my God, it was so much fun. Unfortunately, we did not see any ghosts on the tour, but the tour guide was amazing, had some great stories, and it was just a wonderful walk through downtown Placerville in the middle of the night. It was lots of fun. And be prepared for, and that's what makes it one of the most haunted places in Placerville. It was a very fun tour. So 50 has been closed for the Caldor Fire. 50 has been closed at Sly Park. That's generally where it has been closed. We'll see where it is tonight. And then on the south end, I'm hearing like Carson City or some crazy thing. So, or not on the south end, sorry, on the other end of the fire, wherever that is, the east end. It's Carson City, which is crazy. Uh, there is still a lot of fire going on up near Wrights Lake, and then it's there's fire out still out west of Sierra at Tahoe, and then beyond that, kind of heading towards Nevada. So yeah, there's still quite a lot of fire, and it's burning. Unfortunately, kind of out. Well, fortunately and unfortunately, it's out in the middle of nowhere now, where the main parts of the fire are. So it's incredibly hard to get to and very tough terrain. One thing I don't like as much about this program is that it's harder to read your comments. And even though this Samsung S21 has a massive screen on it, it's hard to read the comments. It's not as easy to do it. And my ears are clicking, which is driving me crazy every time I talk. At On Fire Photos, that's me. Thanks, Wendy. Melissa, that's because you guys know that I care more than Channel 3. I'm not here for ratings. I'm here for you guys. This really truly is a passion project for me. I I enjoy being out here. I enjoy being able to be your eyes and ears on the ground and go to the places that you care about, not necessarily just the places that have, huge flames and it's all scary. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I mean, I'm looking up and I'm seeing like 579 people on, watching this as I drive down the road doing nothing, lathering. So I appreciate you guys. It really lets me know that you guys like what I'm doing and you find what I'm doing to be valuable. So I'm here for you as much as possible. And like I said, I'm with the support of my wife and the help of my friends, Sarah and Adam and Cody, I'm working on some plans to be able to do this a lot more. And yeah, so we'll see how it goes. This is a big, scary adventure. So the plan for tonight is to head up 50 and see how things are going. So I generally, when I get into an area, back into an area, I like to go through and check on some of the things where I was, so that I know kind of what the general fire activity is. It's one thing to see on a heat map where the fire is. It's another to actually be on the ground and to see what the smoke level is and the danger level, to figure out, where there's down trees and power lines and all of that stuff. So generally my first night back on a fire, I will just do some exploring without any huge plans, and kind of play it by ear. I'll tell you, driving down, coming back on Saturday, I ended up trying to get down 50 through Echo Summit, and it was impassable. So then I went back up and around 89 and over to 88. And 89, oh my God, there was about 3.5 miles on 89 where I was going, what the hell am I doing here? It was pretty crazy. Fire on both sides of the road, big fire on both sides of the road. So it was interesting, but it was a lot shorter than going all the way up through North Lake Tahoe and over to 80 and coming back down. And by the time I headed out on 89, I was already pretty tired, so I was ready to get home and just decided to push through 89 and then go down 88 and make it home. So thankfully, it all worked out. On 88, I took 88 down, and I posted the video, and I think I did some live stream up there of the fire burning kind of down in the valley there, right before the MET. And then I took the MET down, and they were doing burning operations up on the MET, kind of on the 88 side of the MET near the old Iron Mountain Snow Park. And so that was interesting to go through that. And pretty much all of the MET on both sides, damn near the entire length of the Mormon Immigrant Trail, had been burned on both sides. So, and whether it be by, most of it was natural fire, and then some of it was also those firing operations that were going on. So yeah, that was an interesting drive. So I just passed through Camino. I can tell because my ears are popping and driving me insane. You are welcome for the Dixie Fire coverage. Hey, and I see my buddy Jason Winger is watching. He's once he retires, he's coming with me. Gosh darn it! Jason's a badass. He's got some stories. I need to get him for a ride along and have him tell you some stories, if you will. I've known Jason almost my whole life. And I promise I'll get him to talk more than just a one-word answer when he's in the truck. So if you're just joining me, I am on Highway 50 headed up to the Caldor fire. I'm just kind of running a little test here. I'm streaming both to Facebook and to YouTube. So you can check out my YouTube channel. It's at On Fire Photos. And of course, you'll see me. You can hit the subscribe button. I would sincerely appreciate it. By getting subscribers on Facebook, there's lots of funding opportunities that come from that, which would definitely help fund what I'm doing up here and my plans. I've been going over with my wife and Adam some business plans that I've got and some things that I want to do to provide more consistent, better coverage at fires for you guys. So I would sincerely appreciate you guys going over to the Facebook and hit the subscribe button on Fire Photos. And while you're there, you can check out some of my earlier videos. I've got some fire stuff going pretty far back on there. I've also got a little, like the first video you'll see, and I think it auto plays when it comes up, is just it's kind of a silly little video that I did many years ago, and it's got just various photography projects that I've done in the past and different things that I've worked on. A lot of you, of course, know that I did storm chasing. That's kind of how I got into photography, but I've also done advertising stuff. I did a lot of advertising for a company called Lear, and then worked with a lot. I did their national advertising for a while. I done a lot of smaller advertising jobs, which was a lot of fun. I worked with models and done photo shoots with them, which is also that's something else that surprisingly I really enjoy. I like kind of the high fashion type stuff, which is odd for a person who spends most of his time photographing wildfires now. But there's kind of the artsy fartsy side of me that really enjoys working in a studio in a controlled environment instead of a completely chaos, uncontrolled environment like a wildfire. I love photographing aircraft, and any time that I can get around aircraft, I'm there. If you have a pilot's license and you want to take me flying, I'm your guy. I would totally do it. I've gotten to hang out the side of a helicopter and photograph a P-51 race plane called Voodoo. It was pretty cool. I've flown with the Air Force doing refueling operations for the Thunderbirds, which was absolutely amazing. And you can see here we're coming up to the roadblock slide park. So this is the point when I'm going to get through this roadblock, and then I'm going to go put on my gear. What's going on, man? Have a good night. There you go. Nice Caltrans guy. You know that's somebody else that I forgot to thank. Are the all of the public service workers, the Caltrans men and women that are up here, sitting up here in the smoke all day and all night. There's somebody that they are people that don't that don't get thanked, man. But hey, they're up here in this crap just as much as everybody else. And a big thank you to Caltrans and all of the other service workers that are up here doing their job. So yeah, so thank you guys too. I need to remember to, when I'm doing shout outs to the fire and the police and the EMS, to thank the Caltrans guys as well. So cruising up 50, we are through the roadblock. See, we're up to 650 people just watching me drive and listening to me talk. So I'll say again, thank you guys very much. Thank you guys for following me, and thank you for hanging out with me in the middle of the night and all day long. Like I said, I'm working on some plans with my crew to try and bring you guys some better coverage and more consistent coverage, and I've got some exciting things in the works for you. So, so stick with me, man. Keep sharing my pages. I sincerely appreciate that. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Facebook. And you guys will be able to say, I knew Matt Henderson before he was the media conglomerate known as On Fire Media. So, hey man, it's late. I've been up since early in the morning. So we're coming up on Crystal Summit Road. Bouncing around here as I try to get my stuff working. At some point, the feed is going to cut off. It's going to get crappy. So as soon as that happens, I will come back when I get more information. I will be obviously driving up through Kybers and Strawberry and my favorite new little place, Randall Tract. And I'll collect some information for you guys on my way up. Obviously, there's no cell service in most of those places. And last time I was through Strawberry, I think that was my one place of cell service. But I think they lost some cell towers up in here, and they didn't work anymore. So as soon as I get in those areas, I'll take video or at least make notes and get the information out to you guys. You can see right now that it's clear. I do actually see some stars up in the sky, which is a great sight to see. Maybe a little bit of a light haze, but not bad at all in comparison to what we were seeing up here in the last week. Looks like power is still on in the area, which was great to see. Christina from Central Oregon, thank you so much for following me. Maybe coming up in the near future, we'll be able to start getting up to Oregon for some of your fires up there and to help you guys out with coverage. I actually need to check and see what the press laws in Oregon are really before I cross the state line, because I'm not sure. California actually has a very, very, go figure, liberal press laws, and I say that in the non-political sense. We, as members of the press, are allowed to go anywhere into any natural disaster or disaster area that is not considered a crime scene. So essentially, if you are a credentialed member of the press and you're involved in news gathering, you cannot be stopped, no matter what it is, no matter if it's if you are putting your life in danger. The only time they can stop us, well, there's two times. They can stop us if it's a crime scene, and they can stop us if we're getting in the way or in the way of firefighting activities. Now, that being said, that brings me back to an interesting article that was put out by Amador County Fire Department, a press release. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw it, where and I actually have a personal connection to something that happened up here, which I'm not going to go into, but there were just a crap ton of media up here, which is kind of why I decided to leave when I did. I don't ever want to be part of the problem. So when I start seeing a lot of media into a place and doing stupid things, then I'm out, because I don't want to be associated with that. I don't want to be the cause of somebody getting injured or somebody losing their property because I'm in the way of firefighting activities. And I think that you'll see that if you go back, I always give deference to law enforcement, firefighters. They are first priority. What they're doing is an absolute priority, far above anything that I'm doing. But I want to share to any of my colleagues out there that are watching, especially the young ones who haven't done a lot of fires, stay the hell out of the way. It's no joke. What's going on up here isn't a joke, and I know that it seems exciting and fun, and you get these great pictures, but it's not worth risking somebody else's life and or having somebody get injured. It's just not worth it. A photograph and what we're doing is not worth it. So, think about what you're doing. Think about if you're traveling in a pack of 5 people, maybe everybody gets into one car so that you're not blocking the roads. And, just be smart. Be smart about it. Let's not be part of the problem. That's kind of one of the things in media is that you're not supposed to become part of the problem. So let's keep that in mind. And honestly, if there's too many press, leave. Just leave. What you're doing is of little significance to what the firefighters and police officers are doing. So let's show them the respect and let them do their jobs, and make yourself and what you're doing secondary to them. So that's my rant about that. I apologize if it bores you, but I saw that article come out, and then I heard about something that happened to somebody that I know, and that was actually up here working, and it really angers me that those kinds of things happen, and that a fire service would even have to put out a press release like that. So let's all be responsible and do our jobs respectfully. That's it. So we're coming up on Ice House Road. Getting a little bit of smoke. You can see in the headlights there. A little bit of smoke coming up. Oh, check it out. We've got the National Guard. I can't zoom in with this. I need to figure that out. We've got the National Guard here protecting that looks like Ice House Road there. So yeah, very cool. Appreciate those men and women being up here. And again, just taking a drive for right now, testing out a new. Oh my gosh, as I bounce back and forth irresponsibly, testing out some new stuff, a new program that's broadcasting both to Facebook and YouTube at the same time, and hopefully it works because it's pretty cool what it has the potential to do. And you can check out my YouTube channel at On Fire Photos. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate it. And we've got the Mary Woods passing there. Everything looks good. I really don't like that it's too hard. It's hard to see your guys' comments. And I can't zoom in. Let me try something. Oh crap. Whoops. I turned off the camera. Huh. So I'm gonna have to talk with my media mogul Sarah and ask her some questions about this. It's kind of weird. I like being able to zoom in so that you guys can see things. And thank you guys who are subscribing. I much appreciate it. My YouTube channel. I figure if some little 13-year-old girl doing her makeup can get 1 million subscribers, I ought to be able to at least get a couple thousand. Hell, I'll put on makeup for you if that helps. Wouldn't be the first time. I have 3 daughters. I have had pretty painted nails. I've had bows and ribbons in my hair. I've had my makeup done. That is part of being a daddy